Hi, Mrs. Pelton's first grade class. I'm Lucia's Uncle Joel.
And I'm her Aunt Megan.
And we're from Michigan. We're not actually waving to you. This is actually the first thing that you need to know about people from Michigan.
If you ask someone from Michigan where they're from, they will put up their hand and show you.
We live here. People do this because it's believed that the lower peninsula of Michigan looks a little bit like a hand or a mitten. I guess it kind of does. We said the lower peninsula because there are actually two peninsulas in Michigan. A peninsula is a body of land surrounded by water on three sides. We have the upper peninsula, which is sometimes called the UP for Upper Peninsula, and the people that live there are called Yoopers. And then there's the lower peninsula, where we live. And the people there are sometimes called trolls by the people who live in the Upper Peninsula, because we live below the bridge, like a troll does, though we don't like to call ourselves trolls. What bridge, you ask? Why, the Mackinac Bridge. The Mackinac Bridge was built in the 1950s and is about 5 miles long, and it connects the Upper and the Lower Peninsula. At 5 miles long, it's about the 5th longest suspension bridge in the world. Now listen carefully. We say Mackinac. The word is spelled like this. It looks like it would be pronounced Mackinac, and a lot of people that come to visit from outside of the state say Mackinac, but the proper way to pronounce it is Mackinac. If you ever come to Michigan, make sure that you say Mackinac. And there's not only a Mackinac Bridge, there's also a Mackinac Island. Mackinac Island is a historic vacation spot for many people where they live life much like they did in the 1800s. You can ride horses or bikes, but there are no cars or motorized vehicles allowed on the island. Mackinac Island has the only U.S. highway on it that does not allow any motorized vehicles.
There are lots of cool things about Michigan. For instance, did you know that Michigan is the only place where you can drive south in the United States to Canada? We also have lots of lakes like Minnesota, and in Michigan you are never further than 6 miles from a lake or stream. And of course, Michigan is often called the Great Lakes State because we border 4 of the 5 Great Lakes: Huron, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. When you're in the state of Michigan, you're never more than 85 miles from one of those Great Lakes. There are lots of famous things that have come from Michigan. For example, we are home to the Motor City and car manufacturing in the United States. We're also home to Gerber baby food and Kellogg's cereal. We're also home to some less famous things that are still pretty cool. For example, we have 2 of our own pops in Michigan. One is a ginger ale that's called Verner's. It's the oldest pop in the country. The other Michigan pop is called Faygo. The most famous flavor is Red Pop, which is a strawberry flavored drink. We also have the largest Christmas store in the world. It's called Bronner's.
Megan shared with you just a few of the cool things about Michigan, and we haven't even touched on the facts and symbols that you're supposed to be studying yet. To help you with that, we've included a book about Michigan facts and symbols in the box that we sent to your class. Sorry that it's a little marked up. It's an old library copy and is all that we could find. But it still has great information, and you maybe can put it into your library so that people in the future that want to find out about Michigan in Paynesville will be able to read this book. But the book doesn't include everything. Michigan has things in common with Minnesota. For instance, we have a state bird, tree, and flower, just like you do. But there are some differences too. Megan and I were really excited to find out that Minnesota has a state muffin, but Michigan doesn't have a state muffin. But what we do have is a state fossil, which is the mastodon. There was a mastodon found in Michigan, and that's why it became the state fossil. We also included one other book in your box called The Legend of Mackinac Island. It's not actually the state book, which we have, but it's by the same author. The state book is called The Legend of Sleeping Bear, but we like this book better, and we hope that you'll enjoy it too. Remember, it's Mackinac Island. Michigan also grows a lot of apples and cherries in this part of the state, and so we've included some cherries for you all to share so that you can have a taste of Michigan as you read and hear about Michigan as well. Thanks for inviting us to share about our home state.
Enjoy the box.
And come visit us sometime.
Goodbye.